Okay, hey everyone, I'm Sneb, and welcome back to another raid review. Looking at Team Mischief this time. Mischief is working on, what is this? Some Dhuum progression. So let's have a look. Kind of curious to see what's going on here. I skipped a little bit ahead just to begin. Okay. Already noticing, I want to point something out. Your mantra there is unnecessary. The one that clears Condi. Let's think about why. You can probably guess why, but let's think about why. They changed the way that tomes work. So you're able to go into tomes quite quickly because your pages regenerate. In tome 2, you actually have 2 different skills that can cleanse Condis. 4 is actually really, really good. I think it converts Condis into boons even. So there's really no reason, because there's only really one spot where Condis are kind of relevant here. There's really no reason to bring a whole utility skill to cleanse that when not only do you have 1 firebrand, but you have 2 and you have a scourge. So I imagine that it's a little bit unnecessary to bring the mantra that has Condi cleanse. That's the first thing I'm noticing. I would bring advance instead, and I would tap advance every once in a while, especially if you think people are going to get hit by Dhuum's swipe. That way you can prevent damage from happening. You're a little bit far from the group. Well, I mean, there's not much to say. It's the pre-event, so it doesn't really matter that much. But you want to make sure that the group is stacked. That's going to be relevant and important. Something to note, actually, is during the pre-event, you can actually go and just blow up the bombs once you're away from the group, because there's only a finite number of bombs during the pre-event, and then they're just gone. So you actually don't need to go hold them away. It doesn't really matter that much. This is a bit awkward here. Not sure. Okay, you should be able to survive this. Yeah, it's going to be fine. When you're a tank, you have a lot of toughness. It's all good. Okay, so you're going to go up. Okay, you've immediately made a mistake. So as soon as you start moving up, you need to press W. Maybe I'm not getting the best angle, but it seems like you're not. Oh boy. And you're also making this quite hard on yourself because you're not giving yourself a sort of top-down viewpoint. I would recommend the top-down viewpoint unless you're really struggling with the depth perception of the souls. It'll help you be more accurate in collecting them. Okay, so everyone's coming over here. Your quickness mantra. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Okay, you gave some people some quickness. This is fine. You should be giving them might, though. There it is. Yeah, so right there, notice how a bunch of people took damage. Advance would have helped. You should be just scraping right against the wall here. That would be my recommendation. Also, people need to be stacked better because they're not going to get boons and stuff if they're not stacked better. So people on the opposite side, they should be way tighter stacked right against the boss. This is important later because the 2 people closest to Dhuum are the ones who are going to get shackles, I believe. Looks like somebody died. Not sure who it was there. I'm guessing somebody failed green. That's just my guess. Yeah, looks like G2 failed. Looks like somebody didn't move fast enough and then boons were got. This is the other reason you want to stack really tight, because if everyone's stacked really tight, then Dhuum is going to go right on top of the group, and then it's easier for everyone to get away. Okay, we're looking at a second pull here. I might skip around a little bit because I think this one is really fast, this pull. Keep in mind that the skeletons in general take extra damage, or maybe it's just the spiders actually. Extra damage from, yeah, it might just be the spiders. Take extra damage from power. Or is it the skeletons too? I can't even remember. So power damage is quite good here. I usually want to bring at least 1. If you're really struggling at Dhuum, sometimes people like bringing scrappers, either DPS scrappers or quickness scrappers, for the super speed, because it allows you to get away from things that you might otherwise be a little trapped by. Another thing I'm just noticing, how is your field of view? I'd be curious where your field of view is at. Your perspective of your character is much different than mine. I don't know if it's your hardware or if it's your settings. Can't tell. It's not terrible though. It just looks like it's at a different angle than mine. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe it's just the way that you position your camera with your character. That could be it. It's not something I'm particularly used to. Good job taking that. Super speed. This is good. Again, your team. So if we pause here, your team should be maybe slightly more unified in their movement. But that should be fine. You should be stacked. Everyone should be stacked right now, including you. Everyone should be, yeah, see, a bunch of people just didn't get might. Everyone should be stacked, standing right on top of each other, and you should then use all the boons you can. This way, people will get it. You are too far from the group to give boons. You are way too far from the group to give boons. So, okay, I see what you're doing. You are doing the correct move. Just your timing is a bit off. So what you need to do is it swipes, you move in. As soon as it swipes, you need to move quickly and then dodge back if you have to. But you're just a little bit slow there. Looks like you're talking about baiting shackles. This is good. I'm just skipping ahead a bit because the pre-event is the pre-event. But I want to see you tank more. I'm wondering if people, and this is hard for me to evaluate because I'm not watching the people do the greens, but I'm wondering if people, well, I mean, I'm watching you, but I'm not watching the other two people. I wonder how they're doing with that. Is it greens that are giving people the most trouble? You got to move. Yeah, move. Okay, yeah, you did it this time. Looks like you were pressing W there. You missed the big. Yeah, this is over. It's GG. Okay. So with the green, you have to get that big. So let's actually rewind. Let's think about this. Okay. So you're going up. Let's think about this. So you can't go directly into the center or you will die. But look right here. See how the spirits are all concentrated around the center? You should identify the big and go for it and get little ones on the way there. But then you should be kind of hovering around the center. So you miss it, you should have immediately gone back for it. You can't miss the big. If you miss the big, your entire team has to adjust. And I don't know if you're at much of a phase where that adjustment is a reality or realistic goal for your team. Eventually you'll want to do that. But for right now, I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should just focus on getting the big every time. Okay, 5. Let's skip ahead again because I want to see... This is what I want to look at. Okay, someone is down. Who is it? Reaper was slain. Was it 2 didn't get there in time? Yeah, kiting is... you should put one of your most experienced players on the kiting role. Kiting is the most difficult role. And if you can give them more toughness or whatever it is, give it to them. I would even go as far as not relying. Yeah, because you're relying on your kiter to give boons. There's no way they're giving good boons because they're probably trying to figure out kiting. I would just add another alacrity DPS in there. Actually, I can't tell because it doesn't look like you have arc up. So I can't tell if that firebrand is a heal firebrand or if it's a quickness firebrand. I just don't really know. So what I would do if I were you folks is I'd run 2 heal firebrands, a druid, and I would also run like a lack mech. That's a little bit overkill. You're going to have to do more mechanics because your DPS is going to be lower, but it's really safe because then you're going to have a lot of Aegis there. Swiftness is good. Just trying to look at your boons and stuff. I mean, it's not really super relevant in the pre-event, but let's skip ahead a bit. Okay, back to the tanking. Yeah, you're tanking kind of weird here. I would tank it against the wall. I guess it doesn't matter too much at the end of the day, but I prefer against the wall. 2 people are dead. Probably just going to push it to see how far you can get. You moved a little early there. I don't even know which one died. Interesting. Okay, 7 pull. Oh, you swapped roles. Somebody else tanking this time. Okay. Looks like you're playing DPS mech. All right. Yeah, it looks like people are struggling with the greens. Okay, that looks good. You're getting some kind of unlucky, yeah, it's kind of weird that it went there. You also might want to consider bringing blood scourges here. Or a blood scourge. Maybe your scourge is blood scourge. I don't know. Could be possible. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm thinking there's a tanking problem. Or is it just Dhuum being a bit buggy? Yeah, so whoever has the bomb now should be moving off and should blow it up now. And then should come back to the group. Yeah, oh man. Okay. The big thing is if you run firebrands that can just Aegis those swipes, you win. You should definitely bring the Aegis. Yeah, 100%. If I'm your group and I'm really focused on getting the kill, I 100% bring more firebrands. Or anything with Aegis, really. Bring Aegis to prevent that from happening. Otherwise, people just need a dodge. People need to, like, you should be calling out, and maybe you're already doing this, but you should call out swipe, 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 swipe on group, and then everyone should dodge. That will help you a lot. Okay, let's jump around a little bit more. Okay, you're going up. Let's take a look at your greens again. Yeah, you didn't press W there. You needed to, I don't think you did at least, and you whiffed one, but you're going to get the medium. That's always nice. Yeah, you can help yourself and save yourself a few seconds if you start moving while you're getting pulled up in the air. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit. I really wish I had the logs because it's hard to evaluate damage because the pre-event is meaningless. There's also a chance that when I'm looking at this, to give you an idea, some of the more experienced teams, when you're getting to that, when green 3 or the tank is getting to the second green that it needs to do, so it's actually like right now, in 30 seconds, most experienced teams will have it at under 60%. HP. So damage is a bit of an issue here as well, but that's to be expected as you're learning the fight. Ooh, I don't know if I would have moved out there, friend. They have the bomb. There's some, okay, yeah. Yeah, they needed to blow the bomb up there and then come back, but yeah, you're in trouble now because you're going to get split here. Yeah, you're going to die to the Condi for sure. This is where you'd want a Scourge to use their Signet and res you. Okay, so that's enough. Let's think. What are some things that you should work on? People need to get very comfortable with the greens. They can practice this by playing on a thief and then stealthing things and then just doing the first green over and over and over and over again. That's one way you can do it. You could have a dedicated session where you just have people practice the greens as well. But it looks like it's very much a movement and positioning thing as well. If you want to make up for the mistakes, bring Aegis. It'll help you a lot, especially if you run double Firebrand with Mace and Advance. That is, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different Aegis generators. That's pretty big. So I would strongly consider looking into that. What's the other thing? Yeah, look at your builds again. I'd be curious about your builds. I can't see them here. But if you're really struggling, go into the Discord and go into questions and ask about it. Because I think that your comp could use some tweaking and it'll make it a lot safer for you folks. You could run more Scourges, for example. You could run more Firebrands. You could run some scrappers for the super speed. But stacking appears to be a bit of an issue. Hopefully I can upload some of my gameplay and then you can watch that and maybe shadow it a bit. Anyway, good job. You're clearly making progress, which is important. I'm really impressed. It takes a lot of grit to grind these out and figure them out. So really good job for sticking together as a team. Anyway, sneb out. Hope you have a super good day and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.